Okay, people. This reading is about what changes are coming your way that you need to embrace. What changes are coming your way that you need to embrace? All right, we've cleared the air, meditated on the space. I've invited our guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, passed over ancestors that need to bring in messages. For what change do you need to embrace? What changes do you need to embrace to stay on your path? We've got 3 piles. Pick a card reading. All right, let's go. Number 1. Pile number 1 is the turtles. The turtles are kind of going with the flow. Going with the flow. That's kind of what we got to do in life. That's pile number 1. Pile number 2, rose quartz, heart chakra. This is about doing what you love or something that resonates with your heart. Number 2. Number 3, also a heart. This is I'm not even sure what this is. I gotta look back and see. It's a beautiful stone though. It's almost like these are waves. I feel like this is the flow too. But that symbol being like the wheel of time, like your fate, your karma, your path, something that was meant to be, something that was fated and meant to be. Okay, so those are your 3 piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Let's go. Okay, pile number 1, you chose the turtles, which is all about going with the flow, going where the tide takes you, not resisting, not trying to paddle, and just taking the easy route, going with the flow with what's on your path and what's meant to be. Okay, so pile number 1, the 8 of Ariel. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. Okay, I feel like you have completed your education. You may be somebody that's already in the workplace or just entered the workplace, and you're getting the job of your dreams. Like it's almost like the words are magical. The wisdom that you've received is magical. They want you to take pride. You've worked really hard to establish yourself with the wisdom that you have and what you bring to the workplace. And they're saying practice makes perfect. There's continued education is required in whatever job you're in to excel in your job. They want you to embrace furthering education. So maybe you've been looking online, looking maybe at online courses, or just getting books yourself that you're diving into and reading just for extra knowledge. You know, when you go to school, there's some things that school just can't teach you. They can't teach you everything that's in the book. So some of your stuff needs to be self-directed, self-taught, self-education. So there's some continuing education here that you've been thinking about, and they're saying that you're on the right path. Your guardian angel is looking over your shoulder. They're saying, yep, you're on the right path. Do that. So additional training or education. All right, and Spirit has brought me to the Akashic Tarot by Sharon Ann Klinger and Sandra Ann Taylor. Love this deck. It's a little bit different. That was pretty quick. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that third eye open. So, and she's got the scroll in her hand. That represents wisdom, the scroll. So I feel like that's maybe why they drew me to this deck, just because of the cover there. So let's shuffle the cards here and get your energy for what changes do you need to embrace, or what changes are coming your way that you need to embrace that's putting you on your path. And I feel like you're on the right path. They're saying with that first card right there, you are on the right path. So, you know, talking about change, a lot of people don't like change. But change really is something that needs to be embraced. I think sometimes when we get into a rhythm of like a lifestyle where you have a schedule and a routine and you do things, it gets comfortable. Even if you're not happy in your life, like for example, people will be in a workplace that's toxic, a toxic environment that they just don't like, or maybe they don't like what they're doing and they want to do something else. But change is scary because even if what you're in is uncomfortable and not pleasant, it's what you know, so it makes you comfortable because you know it's stable, you know it's secure, you know what you're doing there. And so taking that leap of faith to make a big change towards happiness is scary. The unknown is always scary, but this reading is all about embracing change. Spirit says that when new things come your way, embrace it. Change is good. Change brings higher learning, bigger and better things, happiness. Like, how can you have anything different in your life if you never make any changes? Things are always going to be the same. So if you're not, I mean, you might be happy right now, but maybe you want more. Maybe you crave more. That's why you're craving more learning, more education. You want to advance yourself in whatever vocation you're in your career there. All right, what we got? What we got? Balance, the 7 forces. Oh, look at that. You have to have a work-life balance. And they show the scrolls and the books, and it's funny because you're in a library, in your office, in a study where you would do the work, but they're saying just make sure that you don't dive in so deep that it becomes imbalanced see, there's the door open to the rest of the house. They want you to make sure that while you take the time to further your education, so that you can advance in your career, don't forget about your family and your family life. Take time to have fun. Life is about having fun, having experiences, growing with these experiences, and making yourself a better person, right? A better human. So life is a playground here on earth that's meant to be fun. So while you're advancing in some things like knowledge, education, and career, and you have to have those things to make money and pay the bills, they're saying, don't forget that you're supposed to be here to have fun, okay? And then the next card that came out, War of the Roses. Oh, yeah, so the War of the Roses, so it's almost like you need to put down the flag. Like maybe there's been somebody toxic at work that you've been fighting with, and you need to learn how to get along. So you've got a white flag here, the white rose, and you've got the red rose, and here they're combined. So they're saying throw down the flag, maybe learn how to work with this person in your environment to get along. And make it fun, develop a relationship. You might not see eye to eye, but sometimes having different perspectives is what makes life interesting and what makes the flow go. It can't always be your way and it can't always be their way. So they're saying there needs to be some collaboration. That's the word I'm looking for, collaboration. So collaboration in the workplace, okay? And initiation and the Count of Saint Germain. This is nice. I'm going to actually read this card because you're elevating. This is your initiation into higher elevation where you're gaining the wisdom and the knowledge, and you're elevating to a different plane, a different vibration, a higher vibrational energy. Okay, but it's very beautiful. So I'm going to read it to you so you know. This is really nice. You're on the right path. You're definitely on the right path, and it's your time to elevate. That's where, further knowledge and education comes in. So maybe, even this card is, maybe you've already had that experience in the workplace where you've had to learn to collaborate and you've done it. So now you've graduated with the initiation in the Count of Saint Germain. So standing among the pillars within a beautiful temple, the ascended master, Count Saint Germain, sends his light and energy to the 4-road people who stand before him. It is time for their initiation. This card represents your initiation. It is much more than a change or even a transformation. It's nothing less than your movement into higher revelations of power, insight, and achievement. And they're like, the achievement is what's popping out. You've made some great achievements. And the time is now. Some loss of lower vibration relationships, jobs, or activities may be required in order for you to lift you to the new heights and power that await you. Your initiation can be aided by meditation and study, as well as by connecting to the Ascended Masters with whom you have worked for centuries upon centuries. Know that you have shared purposes and activities with the Masters, even if you aren't certain of what they are yet. The disciplines you create now during your initiation and the work you do with the masters will lift your service to the world and to all humankind. This is a time of enormous uplifting, first in your energy and evolution, then in your manifest outer reality. The power that you hold within will impact every part of your life. So this is great. This is talking about your achievements. Like you've been through a learning process where you've had to learn to balance things out. Or you're in the process. You're either in the process and they want you to embrace this change. You're learning to collaborate with opposing forces that could be at the workplace, somebody that doesn't have the same ideas as you. Sometimes we need to step back and look at things, and you might find that their view isn't such a bad view. And together, combining your views together, you can throw down the flag and get along and actually live it. And I feel like either you're about to do this or they want you to embrace this and do this, or you've already done it. So it's like in the process. It's happening now or it's already happened. And so this is your time of achievement for those of you who have already been through this process where you've learned to collaborate, and all of a sudden life gets much easier, right? You'll have somebody at work with that you're always butting heads. And finally, you learn to kind of step back and see things from their eyes and go, okay, that's not such a bad idea. Let's see how we can work this so that we combine both of our ideas and make both of us happy. You know, whatever the thing is in the workplace there. And so because you finally step back and you've opened your eyes and you've learned to collaborate with other people, that does raise your vibration from a lower, arguing, always at battle, nobody ever winning, low vibration that's uncomfortable, to a higher vibration of we're learning to get along together. Realizing that we're both humans, we both have a path that we're on, and we both want to achieve things. And working together, we can achieve great things. So that's what you want you to know. So that's the change you're going through right now. You're elevating to a higher level in the workplace where you've learned to collaborate, and it's raising your vibration. Ooh, they're flying out. What else does Spirit want you to know here? One more card for this row. What else does Spirit want you to know with this change that you're going through right now? The change that you need to embrace, the change that's putting you on your path or that's advancing you on your path. All right, first you got Archangel Raphael. I love Raphael. Raphael works with health, with heart, with doing the things that you love. And so this is a gift coming from Raphael. He's offering you a gift. It comes from the heart. It's something that you love. It could be an advancement with your career because you've learned to collaborate. It's almost like you've done the work. Here's your prize. Here you go. It's all yours. Then we've got the garden. 5 of Roses. Look at these kids playing in the garden, like with that sense of wonder, and they're exploring. And this girl here, she's looking at a butterfly through a looking glass. There's the butterfly sitting there and seeing things from a childlike perspective. Everything's new and shiny and fun, right? When you were a kid and there was new things to discover. That's you, like elevating into this new position, into this new vibration. You're seeing the world through a child's eyes in a different light that you haven't seen in a long time. What is he doing? I'm not sure what he's doing there. At first I thought he had like a looking glass. I'm not sure what he's doing there. Almost like he's set up like he's holding a looking glass, but I don't see a looking glass in his hand. So I'm not sure what he's doing. Anyway, I think it's the same thing, like just that childlike wonder, playfulness. And that's the balance that you need to have too, is to remember, even in the workplace, there has to be a balance. There has to be fun. You should enjoy going to work. And so with this elevation, Raphael is giving you a gift of a different view of the world through a child's eyes, with a sense of wonder, discovering new things and making it fun again. Maybe at the workplace, things were getting a little humdrum, boring. The always fighting going on. Now that you've collaborated or you're learning to collaborate, they're saying, good job, here you go, here's a gift. Now you're going to see things through a totally different light. And you're going to enjoy working again. You're going to enjoy what you do. Ooh, fated meeting. All right, so things are happening at the right time. The point of the clock. Like this is normally a love card, but we're talking about work here. So I feel like everything in your career is happening at the right time, and there's a fated meeting coming in with you elevating. They're seeing you for the star that you are and the potential that you have, and you're going to meet somebody at the right time in the right place. It's a fated meeting, and it's going to be somebody that's going to help you along in your career, that's going to lift you up. And I feel like they're dressed up here. I feel like it's an important event, maybe a work event or a convention or of some sort. So if you have something coming up regarding work, like a dinner, meeting new clients, or a convention of some sort that has to do with work and higher learning, I feel like that's where you're going to meet this person. Forming relationships is important. Not everybody has to be a close friend. But having acquaintances, having connections, you help them, they help you. Like they see you as somebody that, oh, this person is somebody that I could use. Look at them, rising star, and they've got the characteristics of the person that I'm looking for. They've got the talents of the kind of person I'm looking for. And so you're looking at them and you're saying, oh, look at this guy. This guy's got something that could serve me. And so it's not a selfish relationship. It's you provide a service to each other, and it helps raise you both up, because you bringing talents to a workplace and maybe fulfilling a position in maybe this guy owns the company or another company that you'll meet, and they'll say, hey, you want to come work for me? You've got the talents I'm looking for. And so you serve him because you make his business. You're one of the parts in the moving cog that makes his business successful. And it also raises you up to a new level in your career. So that's awesome. You have a fated meeting coming up. So don't turn down any invitations to any kind of dinner or meetings, that's more like a social kind of thing outside of work, but it has to do with work. Look for that because that's where you might meet this person. Okay, we want to continue. They want one more with these cards. One more. Ooh. They're jumping out. They're so excited to give you these messages because you're on the right path. Like they've been looking over your shoulder. Look at that card. They've been looking over your shoulder, and they're so excited because you've been doing the work. You've been doing really good, and you're on the right path. Everything. There we go. Everything that you're doing and that you've been through, it's all happened for a reason. It's made you the person you are today, and they want you to know that you're on the right path. This is great. All right, so what do we got? The Ark of the Covenant. Ooh, I'm going to have to read that. Pertaining, the Ascent. Oh my goodness. I like this. The Ascent. It's like you're on your way up. You're reaching the apex. You're on the way up. You look at you at the top of the mountain. You've been working hard to climb that mountain, to climb to the top in your career field. And you're doing it. Look at you standing there, proud as can be. You came up this steep cliff to the apex of this mountain. The sun is shining on you, and look how proud you are. You should be proud. Be very proud of yourself. You've worked hard to get where you be. And look down. Look at where you came from. Whenever you think you're not making headway on your path, whether it be in career, love, or whatnot, look at where you came from. Look 5 years back, 10 years back, even 2 years back, even 1 year back. Look at where you came from. If you're going the right direction, you're heading up that mountain, and you're going to be fully successful. This is happening. This is happening now, happening soon. Add some. I'll go to this because I know what they're talking about. Spirit's been with you the whole way. You've got your spirit guides, archangels, ancestors. They've all got your back. Look at them. They're even bringing you the books. They're like, if something kind of falls in your lap, as far as maybe it pops up on a web page, like you're looking for something else and some ad pops up about something, or on Facebook, or maybe another coworker has a book on their desk about something with furthering your education having to do with your job. Spirit made that come before you. They put that in front of you. They want you to see it. So if you come across something and it perks your interest, pick it up and read it, or go for it, because they're saying that's you're heading the right direction. That's what you're meant to find. They put things in your path for a reason. It's not by accident. And I feel like you've got some older ancestors, like grandparents here. They're sitting back and they've been watching you, and they want you to know they're very, very proud of you. Maybe you were very close to your grandparents, and they've both passed away, but they want you to know that they're always with you. They've been watching you, and they're proud of the work that you've done in this life. All right, Ark of the Covenant. Ark of the Covenant is an important card. That's 11. Oh, look up the number 11 and what it means in your life. That means you're on the right path. You're waking up. So the Ark of the Covenant. The stars are shining on a serene desert night. Fires burn before a number of white tents. Inside one of the tents, just beyond the open front flaps, rests the Ark of the Covenant. 2 men sit by a crackling fire nearby. At the most mundane level, this card can represent a beneficial legal contract or title transfer. It can also show successfully working with professionals such as brokers and lawyers. More often, it indicates that you're living true to your own karmic contract, facing your lessons of growth, working toward greater discoveries, and bringing unique contributions to the world. Your karma does not rule you. You rule it. When the work becomes too great, taking a rest doesn't break your covenant. Doesn't break with your covenant. It supports it. You understand the phases of time and energy, and you work with those phases. Oh, like they're saying here, don't forget to have a work-life balance. Like you've been working. Don't forget to have fun, okay? Taking a break is not going to stop the forward movement that you have. The forward movement is happening. You need that break. Taken a break recharges your energy, because and I feel like they're talking to me too, because I'm a Capricorn workaholic. Every time there's something to do, it's like I can't take the time to relax and just enjoy myself because I feel guilty because there's work to be done. You know, I'm very successful in my career and financially, and I feel like if I'm taking a break that I'm doing something wrong. So they don't want you to feel like that. They want you to know that if you take a break, you're not breaking a karmic contract, a contract that you've had with your higher self for the path that you're on in this lifetime. They're saying that if you feel like you need a break, take a break. You need that work-life balance. Don't burn yourself out, because taking that break, taking time with family, taking times with friends, and having fun, the work's not going to go away. It's always going to be there. And you're going to be able to do it more productively if you take a break, because you feel like if you take a break, then when you come back, the work's going to be more overwhelming because it piles up. But what they're saying is, if you're so worn out that your body's telling you and your mind's telling you need a break and you don't take it, you're not going to be 100% productive in getting that work done. Taking a break and letting it pile up and re-energizing, recharging yourself is going to put you in a position where you're going to be so productive that you're going to get it done faster and more efficiently, okay? So they want you to take that break. Don't feel like you're breaking a contract with yourself, or that you're being lazy because, you know, time is money, money is time. You need to take the time for yourself to recharge so that you can be more efficient. You're not going to be efficient if you're too tired. So I feel like that's one of the important messages to you. Also, with the new contracts and something they were talking about, where they're saying successfully working with professionals, you're living your own true karmic contact, facing your lessons of growth. So that's what you've been doing, and that lessons of growth leads to the ascent card of you ascending. So let's see, what else do they say? Some of your karmic directives at this time may involve other people. If so, make sure there is no urgency, need, or personal agenda in play. Don't let yourself get pulled into an emotional drama. Know that the things that require your attention now reflect a commitment that is a far-reaching influence that may impact your present as well as your future lives. So continue to work toward your highest purpose, to uphold the sacred covenant you have to touch the world with your light. I don't feel like that applies to this reading. If it resonates, it's for you. I don't feel like there's any drama here. I feel like the drama's past. Like you had the drama in having to get along with this coworker and learning to collaborate more efficiently, and you finally let the petty drama and BS behind you in learning to collaborate, and that's what raised you up. You know, when we're petty and we argue, and sometimes there's not even a reason, like, say you have an idea and somebody else has a different idea, and you're just pissed off because you think your idea is better. You won't even listen to that other idea because you just want what you want because your idea is the best idea. So now you get into petty arguments, and it goes on for days, weeks, months, years, and you don't even remember why you feel the hatred and anger against this person. You just know, my voice is getting scratchy when I talk about you arguing, and you just know that you don't like this person. So any idea that comes along, you're going to knock down because you just hold this anger and resentment. You finally opened your eyes, you learned to let go, you threw the flag down, you're ending the war, you're collaborating, and it's raising you up. So I feel like when it talks about drama, don't get pulled into emotional drama, I feel like that's already happened and you've learned to get past it, and you're growing. So this is cards leading into your growth. So this is great. This is a great reading. If this resonates with you, as always, take what resonates. leave the rest behind. If it doesn't resonate, then that message wasn't for you. If I didn't say something, but you saw a card and I said a word or something that popped up some idea in your mind, like, oh, I feel like it's saying this to me, then go with that, because always follow your intuition. You know, if you saw a card and a message thought popped into your head, that spirit telling you that, yes, this is the message that was meant for you from this card. So go with that. Okay. Love you guys, and love and light. Bye-bye. Okay. Pile number 2. You chose the rose quartz, which resonates with the heart chakra, doing what you love. And you have the 3 of Ariel. Do what you love, a time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors. Working with others in a cooperative manner. And look at that. You're opening up. You've got a little like treasure chest, jewelry box there you're opening up. You got another treasure there peeking out, and it's bright. Like, so you're looking at something. Maybe this is something that you know, and this is the surprise of something coming that you don't know. And it might have to do with travel. They're showing the airplane overhead. There's a lot going on in this card. I really like this card. Oh, the light behind me is reflecting. And it might have to do with travel. So they're showing me the cage and they're showing the light. So maybe you're in a career right now. And I see ballet. Like, this is having to do with art. Maybe your career has something to do with more artistic, you know, creating, maybe dancing, maybe making music, because that's a music box, making jewelry. Your career is something that's a more creative type of vocation. And they're shining a light on this. But this, whatever you're doing, makes you feel a little bit caged. And there's some surprise coming in, some change, some surprise. It might have to do with travel. Airplanes obviously have to do with travel, but also speed, something coming in quickly. So either you're moving, you're going to get an offer for something, and it's bright and shiny, some bright and shiny offer that you're going to get. But you're looking at what you have, and you're like, well, you know, what I have is okay. It's pretty, it's nice. But look at the look on his face. Oh, this darn light. Look at the look on his face. He's kind of looking back at that. He's not focusing on the box with the bright shiny object in it. There's something bright and shiny, some surprise in that box, and he's not looking on that. He's like almost focused in the past on what you have now. And pile 1, I talked about it. When change comes in, and I'm going to talk about it in all 3 piles because this is about embracing change. When change comes in, we tend to shy away from change because the unknown is always scarier than the known, even if the known is something that's uncomfortable or not bringing us emotional fulfillment, right? So you might say, well, I'm in this job. It's not that bad. I can tolerate it. It's okay. I like it. I make good money. It's stable. And something new comes up and you're afraid to take that leap of faith and take that risk and embrace the change that's coming because you don't know what it all entails. But what Spirit wants you to know is that shiny new things await you. And if you don't take that leap, you have to jump before they can catch you. Spirit always has your back. But if you don't take the leap first, they can't catch you. And they want you to know that change is good. Change brings new experiences, new things. And that's what we're here for on this earth, is to have different experiences. You can't always stay in the same thing. It's almost like you're digging a trench, a rut, and you're just stuck in it. And while it might be comfortable because you have a routine and it's stable and you know what it is and there's no surprises, to elevate yourself, to have those new experiences come in, to have good changes come in, you have to actually embrace them when they come. So embrace the unknown. The unknown can bring wonderful things. And so they're saying, if you knew that this box, if you open this box, you have to pick a box. Say you have to pick a box. You know what's in that box. It's already open, right? And they're saying, Spirit's saying to you, pick a box. Box number 1 and box number 2. What do you want? And you're looking, you're like, well, I don't know what's in this box. Can I open? They're like, nope. All you can see is that there's bright light, bright shiny things in that box. And so they give you a little hint of what's coming, but you're not allowed to open the box yet. First, you have to choose. Are you going to take this box or you can take that box? And you're looking at that box. I'm like, well, I know what's in that box. There I am, standing tall. In control, and it's stable. I'm stable here, but the box is empty. If you notice, the box is empty. And it's because you don't feel emotionally fulfilled with where you're standing right now. So are you going to choose the empty box that's not fulfilling you? Or are you going to go for the new bright shiny thing that's in there, but you don't know what it is yet? And Spirit's saying that you're saying to yourself, but what if I don't like it? What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm not happy? Well, you're not happy now. Maybe you're happy, but you're not feeling completely fulfilled. You feel like there's more out there for you. You want to experience new things. There's something more. You need more. More is what they're saying. You need more. It's not enough. What you've got right now, it might be stable because you see this ballerina is like pinned down there on this stick and they're not going anywhere. They spin around. They're always spinning around, but they're always in the same place. They're not going anywhere. So while you're stable, you're just spinning your wheels in the same place and you're not going anywhere. You need to elevate yourself. So they said there's an offer coming in, or it's already come in, and they want you to embrace this change, embrace this offer. It might have to do with travel. It's coming in quickly, and they've got your back. So, and it's something that you love. Like when this offer comes in, you're like, oh, and it's almost like it's too good to be true. But what they're saying is, no, it's not too good to be true. You've worked for this. You're ready for this. This is what you want. And that this is going to be, like they say right here, a time of great personal growth in your career and artistic endeavors. So whatever artistic endeavors or artistic career that you're in, or career, period, this is going to bring great personal growth, and it's going to be fulfilling for you. So embrace the change. Don't be afraid of what you don't know. That box is empty. It's not fulfilling you. So why are you staying where you're staying? These are the life purpose cards. And they drew me towards these first. We'll just get a couple of cards from this deck because maybe your life purpose to you isn't clear. I feel like you've been heading down the right path, but you just need a little nudge to keep going, a little confirmation to keep going in your career. And, this night might not resonate for everybody. If what I said in the last card, anything stuck out, as always, what resonates, go with that, follow your intuition. If I said something, they're like, yeah, that's what's happening with me. That's like right on the button. Okay, then go with that. But there's some people out there, maybe not all of you, but some people that aren't sure about their life purpose, their life path, and they just need a little bit of confirmation. So for those people, this is for you. All right. Let's see, Spirit. Pile number 2, life path, career changes coming. What changes are coming in that, the card one, it didn't jump out though. Kind of wanted to come out, they need to jump out. Deck number 1, they were just flying out of the deck. Okay, pile number 2. Ooh. What changes do they need to go through? What changes do they need to embrace to be on their life path or to continue on their life path? All right, we're starting with these. Well, like I said, music. You might be into music, singing. This is artistic. Again, a artistic card. And they're saying practice. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. So they're saying that you're staying in that box and not going with that new shiny box because you feel like you're not good enough. And they're saying polish your skills. Practice your skills regularly. You have the skills. You just need to polish them a little bit. And you're ready for this change. By making this change, it's forcing you to grow, okay? So while you feel a little uncomfortable, fake it till you make it, baby. Fake it till you make it. That's what I did my entire life. I didn't know shit in my career. It's like, oh yeah. Obviously something important you don't want to fake that you can do and then you can't and people are depending on you, but there's some things that you can fake it till you make it. As soon as the person walks out and say, hey, can you do this for me? And you're thinking to yourself, oh, fuck no, I don't know how to do that shit. But it's nothing really complicated. It's something you can look up or read or learn really quickly, or you have the skills, you just need to practice them a little bit and you're good. Then be like, yeah, I can do that. And then as soon as they walk out the door, get the books out, get on the internet, look shit up, practice shit, practice whatever you got to do, and fake it till you make it. And they're also saying, like, especially with artistic things, like this face looks a little sad. They're showing me the sad face, like this person's really lacking confidence. Well, they're playing the flute here. That's not a flute, well, whatever that is, it's like a little Irish flute. So while they're playing, they almost feel like I get that lack of confidence, and that's why they're saying to practice. I had a thought, it was a fleeting thought, and it just left me. It'll come back if they want me to relay the message. But they're saying you have the skills. They're pointing out skills. You have the skills. You need the confidence. So faking it till you make it. It's all about the energy that you bring when you walk into a room. You got to command a room. You know, if you walk in like you own the place, people are going to think you own the place because that's the energy that you exude. So if this energy that this person is exuding is not one of confidence to me. So this is not the energy you want to exude. Practice and exude that standing tall energy. Like, look at this person. Like, this person is more of a confident person, right? They're in their thought, they're deep in their thoughts. They're a master, they're a scholar. Look at the robes they're wearing. There's somebody that's elevated. This person needs to get there. So this is you. You need to practice so that you can have the confidence, but in the meantime, fake it till you make it. And exude the confidence even if you feel like you don't have it. Just like a show, like walk in the room like you're the prima donna of the show and you own the place. And that's how people are going to see you. And that's, you know, how you kind of elevate yourself. You got to practice at being elevated to be elevated. You got to be it you got to see it to be it. So see yourself in a higher level of practice in whatever you do. Envision yourself. Practice walking into a room and owning the room. Practice like shining up your aura and making it bright and shiny. So when you walk in, all heads turn to you and go, wow, look at that person. And it isn't about the hair, the makeup, the clothes, although first impressions mean something. Like, there's some really successful people. You know, I've met successful people that have a ton of money. They're so successful in what they do. They can walk in a pair of shorts, tennis shoes, and a raggedy favorite old t-shirt, and they still own the room. It's because of the energy that they exude. So you have to see it to be it. See it in your mind, meditate on it, see it in your mind, see how you want to be, see the confidence that you want to exude, and do that. And fake it till you make it. And then practice makes perfect, okay? Trust. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide you on your career path, All right, that bubble is like a crystal ball. Like I said, you got to see it to be it. Trust your feelings and dreams. Everybody has dreams, and dreams can become a reality. Thoughts are energy that become things. That's the art of manifestation. See it to be it. So see it in your dreams. What are your dreams? Meditate, work on those. This person, I see in their eyes a focus, like they're focused on that bubble, and in that bubble, it's like it's like a crystal ball. They're seeing their dreams become reality. So trust in your feelings and your dreams to guide you on your career path. Whatever your heart pulls you towards, you've got the heart. It's something that you love. Whatever the heart pulls you towards, if that's your dream, trust that you have the skills and the knowledge that you can do it. Okay, because that's putting you on the right path, the career path that you want to elevate yourself on. You have the skills, you just got to polish them up a little bit. You need to have the confidence and trust your gut feelings and go for your dreams. Dreams, I saw a thing on a truck one day when I was driving down the freeway, and I really liked it. It said, die with memories, not dreams. So you don't want to die with dreams that you never lived. You want to die with the memories of those dreams that you played out, and trust spirit. Spirit always has your back. So you're meant to do great things. You need to polish yourself a little bit. You need to practice your skills. You need to have the confidence. And if you don't have the confidence, pretend like you do. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it, because if you can come in with that aura of energy that you know what you're doing, people will believe it. And once they believe it, that kind of boosts your confidence. I feel like sometimes, you mess up, you don't do things right, and people are like, oh, they don't know what they're doing. And by them thinking that and saying that and making you feel like that, you start to believe it. So don't believe any of that stuff. We all make mistakes. Mistakes aren't mistakes. They're lessons learned, right? That's how we grow. Speaker, your life purpose involves your skills of oration. So maybe you're a singer. Maybe you're an actor, an artist in theater, and it requires you speaking in public. And this is a speaker, again, with the robes like of somebody that's a scholar or that knows what they're talking about. This is somebody with wisdom that exudes confidence, and that's going to be you. Okay, so whatever you do involves using your voice in front of an audience of a lot of people. And so you just need to practice that. Practice in the mirror. If you have a family or friends, practice speaking to them. I'm going to just shuffle this up and get a couple more cards. So this is about you building confidence, you living your dream. What are you going to go for? You're going to stay in the empty box that you know, where you're comfortable, where you feel stable, but you're just turning in circles and doing the same thing over and over, and you feel empty, emotionally unfulfilled? Or you're going to go for the bright, shiny box that you're about to open? Box number 2, curtain number 2, please. What was that guy's name? It was a long time ago. If you're young, you won't even remember. Initially on The Price is Right. Who was the guy? Bob Barker. Bob Barker was the original Price is Right host. And it was like, would you like curtain number 1 or curtain number 2? I was like, oh my God, which curtain should I pick? Well, that one's already open. You know what's behind that one, so don't pick that one. Go with curtain number 2, please, Bob. All right. Let's see. What else does Spirit have to tell you? Bright and shiny things are coming your way. You need to take the leap of faith. Have confidence. Spirit has your back. They're going to catch you when you take the leap. You're going to have to put in a little work for it. But trust in your dreams, knowing that you can do it. You're dreaming about big things, and it's things that you can accomplish. Don't think they're out of your reach. Nothing's out of your reach. You are on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Woo! Look at that. And it's almost like you got this card where the angel is kind of stuck spinning around, and now you got this one. It's like you're leaping towards that other box. Can you see it? You're leaping, and I almost see like a rainbow. You're leaping into the rainbow. Feel the rainbow, taste the rainbow. Look, her face is right on the rainbow. Just stick your tongue out and taste it. You are on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. So that's Spirit telling you, you're going the right way. Follow your dreams. Don't let fear hold you back. The only thing between you and success is fear. Don't ever let fear hold you back. I love when there's new things coming and I'm afraid. It's different to be afraid of things that are dangerous. It's another thing to be afraid when it's just the unknown. You're delving into the unknown and there's so many good things that can happen and you're excited and scared all at the same time. And this is you taking the leap. You're like, I'm doing it, Spirit. Here I am. You're jumping and look, you've got wings so you can fly. You're going to fly. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. You're going to fly. You're not going to hit the ground flat on your face. Study, reading, research, education help gain confidence and clarity about your career. Okay, so you need the wisdom. The key is right there, hanging around your neck. The key to everything you need to know, the wisdom that you need, is right there at your fingertips. They show, it's like a book, but you see the keyboard and the computer. So like I said, if you have to look in a book, if you have to look it up on the internet, study, read, research, educate yourself. You know, maybe you're afraid to stand up in front of people if that's what your vocation, your career requires, is for you to stand up in front of a lot of people and use your voice. Then even look up on the internet ways to get past the fear of speaking in public. Okay, you have the key and the key is right on your heart. The key to everything you love is right there around your neck. Just reach down and grab it. And here's an hourglass. You've got lots of time. They're saying you've got lots of time. Look at that swirl. Oh, look at that swirl, the swirl of time in the sand. You've got time. So you've got time while you're accepting this new offer that's coming in, this bright and shiny new offer, new position. They're saying you have time to learn the skills that you need to learn. And it's right at your fingertips, in books, online. You've got the wisdom. You've got the key to everything that you need to learn to be successful at this job, okay? So you're on the right path. And this angel is jumping into this card, which is studying. Options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. And again, finding a balance. So look at, if you were even slightly pulled to deck number 1 or pile number 1, go to number 1. There might be a message there for you about balance, life balance. And it's seashells by the seashore. The other one involved travel. So maybe there's a career possibility open to you that involves travel and travel somewhere near water, near the ocean. And that's going to give you a good life balance. If you like the water, you like the ocean. Like I just recently moved this past year down to Florida from out west, Wyoming, much different landscape. I love the mountains. I love hiking. I love lakes. I love rivers. I love fishing. But I was working locums down here, and the more I came back, the more I liked it and realized I sail. I love scuba diving. I love paddle boarding. I love boating, fishing, and I thought I'd never get used to the heat, but I did. So there's some career possibility open to you that might involve travel. It'll be a better work-life balance because you're going to love the area that you're going to. So consider those options. They want you to consider those options. All right, Spirit, do we want more of these or do we have a different message? I feel like there's something. Well, let me see if there's one more because the cards right in front of me are pulling me. Any more messages from this deck, Spirit, about changes coming that they need to embrace for pile 2? Changes coming that they need to embrace. Any messages? One more. Any messages of change coming their way that they need to embrace and how to do it? Putting them on their path. Oh, strength. Okay, that's what they want to tell you. Oh, it's funny because when I was shuffling for pile 2, 2 cards came out initially, and one of them was strength, and I wasn't getting the message initially with the card that it came out with, but it was the same message as this one was a little more clear, but the strength card had come out with another card that was similar to this one. So everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous, and so look at this. She's a warrior, man. She got wings. This is all about wings and flying, taking flight. And look at her following the hawk, which has a much different perspective on the world, a higher perspective. You're gaining a higher perspective, or you're going to gain a higher perspective, having the strength to move forward and taking flight, taking that leap, knowing that you can fly, knowing that you're not going to crash and burn. So they're saying everything that you've been through has given you the strength to take this leap into the next chapter of your life. You've got a whole new chapter coming here, maybe even a whole new book. You even have wings on the helmet on your head. Okay, you're a Viking. You were meant to be a warrior. You have the strength. So they want you to take flight. All right, feeling done with that deck, but I feel like there's something from here. What do they need to do, Spirit? Let's shuffle first. I didn't shuffle these, sorry. What do they need to do to help them embrace this change, to be on their path, their successful career path? Any more messages, words, advice from Spirit? What do they need to do to help them embrace this change? Okay. Here we go now. Here we go. Pile 2, Spirit, what do they need to do? What words of advice? What encouragement do they need? Or what do they need to do to embrace this change that's coming and be successful? Oh my. All right. All right. Be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. So you had something in your past that you need to heal from, and this thing is holding you back. And the next card that came out is cut the cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. So be willing to forgive. And this isn't just forgiving other people. This is being willing to forgive yourself for past experiences that you have that you might be embarrassed about, that you're not really proud of, or a past relationship that you went through. Maybe, I feel like it's a personal relationship. You need to cut cords with somebody because they're holding you back. You may be in a karmic cycle with some person in a personal relationship, and it's almost like you get back into this relationship and then you're pissed at yourself because you're like, why am I going through this again? This person keeps reeling me back in, and it's just toxic energy, and it's not good for you because it's holding you back from your path. When you're trying to raise your vibration and you have a toxic relationship, that toxic relationship is like an anchor weighing you down. And you might even feel like this is a ball and a chain or anchor weighing you down, but for some reason you keep going back to it. You need to forgive yourself because, like they said in one of the other cards, all the strength card, everything that you've experienced in life has given you the strength to make this career change, to make this move. You're moving away. So you need to cut the cords with this person. I want you to go on to YouTube and look up videos or about cutting cords with toxic relationships. There's a candle burning ceremony that you can do to cut the cords with somebody. It's a karmic relationship that you're in that was meant for you to learn lessons, but you weren't meant to stay in this relationship, at least not now, not at this time. You are meant to move on from this relationship because they are holding you back like an anchor or ball and chain. And you need to forgive yourself, forgive that person for whatever went on in the relationship and move on. Like if you're holding grudges against people that did you wrong, you have to be willing to forgive them. See, what did you learn in that process? Like whatever this person did to you, what did you learn about yourself in this process? Forgive that person and thank them for the lessons learned. They may have taught you that you deserve better, that this relationship isn't good enough, and you settled, and you've learned now by going through this relationship that you don't have to settle, that you can fly and reach towards your dreams and take the leap, and you can be successful, okay? You've learned a lot about yourself in this relationship. So be thankful for this person for all the shit that they gave you in this relationship, because you were meant to be in this relationship to learn life lessons, important life lessons that are going to make you a stronger person and help you elevate. But if you continue to hang on to this toxic relationship, it's going to hold you back from your dreams. So you need to do a cord cutting ceremony and leave this person in the past. Sometimes to move forward, we have to leave behind people, places, and things that no longer serve our higher good. You have to leave lower energies behind or lower vibrational energies to vibrate at a higher level. You can't vibrate at a higher level and bring those lower energies with you. And if these people were meant to be in your life, maybe they're just not meant to be there now. Maybe they need to elevate. Maybe they need to learn lessons that were trying to be taught to them in this relationship. And once they learn those lessons and learn to forgive, maybe they can elevate. And maybe if you're meant to be with this person at a later time, once you've both done the work, you've both grown and you've both elevated, then you can come back together at a higher vibration that's non-toxic, and you can love each other the way you're supposed to be loved, the way you're supposed to love somebody else and allow them to love you, okay? So that's really important in this. And so if you're in this relationship, but to accept a job offer means moving somewhere because there's an airplane there and you're going to have to leave this person behind and move, and you feel bad about it, don't feel bad. This is for the greater good, and what's meant to be is never going to pass you by. Maybe this person, like I said, needs to do the work. And when you're gone from their life, you're not dead and gone. You're not out of reach, but when you're gone and they have to do the work themselves, they're going to realize the bad that they did you, the bad that you did to each other, and how wrong it was, and that's not how you're supposed to love somebody. And if this person is meant to come back into your life and you're meant to be together, you'll come back together in the future when the time is right. Everything happens with the right timing. So right now, you've done the work. You're moving forward. You need to forgive yourself for the bad decisions that you made in your life, and now make a good decision for yourself and accept this offer and move on, even if it means moving out of town, out of state, out of country. So this is great, Ascended Masters. So again, it's the same thing. Spirit has your back. Powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over you and guiding you. Like every Ascended Master that ever lived, Jesus, Buddha, all of them, they're right there, right? They're right there. They've got your back. They're shining their light on you. This is you. You're surrounded by these Ascended Masters, souls who have mastered the art of living a life of love. Everything that you do should come from the heart, from a place of love. And you're raising up to that place. By forgiving yourself and forgiving this other people, that's something that comes from the heart. That raises you up to a level that's unbelievable. And so they're here, they've got your back, and they want you to know that you are on the right path, you're making the right decisions. Follow your heart, follow your dreams, follow your inner compass. Your heart and your intuition is your inner compass, and it will always point you to your true north, the path that you're supposed to be on, the place that you're supposed to be, okay? This is a beautiful reading, people. yeah, cut those cords and leave that toxic energy behind, whether it's a toxic workplace or a toxic relationship. I feel it's talking about a relationship. You can't drag them with you. You can't make them do the work, you know, as much as sometimes, and this could be a twin flame connection. Look up twin flame connections. Twin flame connections, you literally force the other person out of their comfort zone to make them grow, and they don't like it. And until they see the lesson and learn the lesson and learn to come from a more of a place of love in dealing with you and your relationship, you can't be with them. You're at different levels right now. You're raising up and they haven't done the work. They need to do the work. Okay, beautiful message. Love this. You're in the right direction. You just got to choose wisely. Choose what you love. That's what this is all about. Choosing what you love. Follow your heart. That's your inner guidance. Spirit has your back. Everybody's got your back. You're not going to fail. This is not going to be fail. It's going to require some strength, but just polish your skills, go on the internet, figure out, or in books, and figure out what you need to learn to make this successful. And fake it till you make it, baby. Okay, love you, bye. Okay, pile number 3. Last but not least. Oop, oh. Pile number 3. Just clearing the energy a little bit from pile number 2. Feel like this is a whole different reading. It's funny. Pile number 1 was about career. Pile number 2, also about career, but a little bit different. And it had to do with getting rid of a toxic relationship to move forward. And then I feel this one is about relationships. So we have one that's about career, one combined career relationship, but this one is about relationship. So if you were pulled to more than one pile, please go and look at that reading as well. There might be something in that reading that resonates with you. It might not be the whole thing. So go with, if you were pulled obviously to this one the most, this is the primary message, but there may be another message hidden for you in one of the other piles. So if you were drawn also to another pile, but not as strong, go look at that message. There might be in it something in it for you. Okay, so pile number 2. I love this stone, and I'm gonna have to look up what it is. Because I don't remember, but I love that swirl. It's like an ocean wave, the wheel of time, the swirl of life, the never-ending motion. And to me, this kind of looks like the sea, like waves crashing on a beach and a misty sky behind. Maybe that was the sun up there. That's what it looks like to me. But see what it looks like to you. I love this. It's like the oceans of time. Like that represents time to me, and this is the oceans of time. Yeah, beautiful. All right. So you guys actually got 2 cards come out. Beautiful. New beginnings. Starting a new life. Finding your purpose. A forgiving and compassionate review of the past. And in this new beginning, 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits. Don't give up on those you love. Oh, I love this. And that's the symbol of Archangel Raphael, the Caduceus. That's healing. He's about the heart and healing hearts. So I feel like a few things. For a few of you, it may be that you lost somebody, and to heal your heart, Archangel Raphael has brought you somebody new. This is a new beginning for you. You know, having to do with family, feeling like you have a family again. I feel like, just a depressed energy, like you lost a lot. So either somebody you love passed away, you lost them somehow, and you felt like everything in your life was over, like you lost everything. But Archangel Raphael has heard your prayers and your cries at night, and they're bringing in somebody for you, somebody new, somebody that you can connect with, right? Somebody that's also been through a lot of shit and can resonate with you. Second in this, that's what I'm primarily getting, but second in this, I'm feeling like you were with somebody, you had somebody you had a family with, you had children with, and maybe you divorced or separated, things weren't working out, and a lot of time has gone by. It seems like a lot of time has gone by, and Spirit's bringing you back together. So it's a new beginning for the 2 of you. You're kindred hearts, but for some reason in the past when you got together, maybe you were younger, and you both had individual work to do on yourselves before you could raise up and vibrate at the same level so that your hearts could actually become one. So that's what I'm getting. If something else resonates in the cards for you, let me give you a closer look at the cards. Always go with your intuition, with your heart. Everybody has the ability to connect with spirit. Just takes practice. If you're feeling there's another message for you, go with that. All right. So maybe you just got out of a relationship, you wanted to have a family, but they walked away, and spirit is bringing somebody that you can actually have this new beginning, this family with. So with a general reading, obviously, it's going to many people. So take what resonates. Whatever spirit whispers in your ear, that message is for you. All right. Put these up here. Very beautiful. I really like this. And I'm OCD, so it's got to be like semi-centered here. That can be perfectly centered, but as perfect as I can get it. All right. Oh, spirit. So spirit wanted me to go to these cards. And I was kind of like, no, because these cards are new to me. I've been like practicing with them. I want to learn more about astrology. I'm into astrology, but I'm definitely not by any means any guru in astrology. And spirit is forcing me out of my comfort zone. And this is about change. What change is coming into your life? What change does spirit want you to embrace? And like I said in the last two readings, if you looked at either one of them, change can be scary because if you don't know it and you're not comfortable, it's difficult to embrace that change because it's scary. What if you fail? But what if that change was going to bring you something that was going to change your whole life? What if you knew that that change that you were so afraid of was going to bring the best things to your life ever, that things that were beyond your dreams, and you didn't do it because you were too scared? What if you could see in retrospect that, oh, like say you die and there's a review of your life and your spirit guides are going, look at dummy, we brought that thing that you were dreaming about that you wanted. There was your chance right there. There were the two paths that you could take, but you were scared, so you didn't take the new path, the path of change. You took that other path because you knew that path because you had walked that path many times. But what you didn't know was at the end of this path was everything that you ever dreamed of in your life. All you had to do was take that chance to take the change and take that path, right? And so what if you knew that? What if the thing that you always desired, the thing that your heart desired was right there on that path, that unknown path that you'd never walked before, that path of change? How would you feel if you knew that you missed that opportunity? You'd feel like shit. So take the chance, take the leap of faith. Spirit has your back. And Spirit's forcing me to use this deck because I don't know this deck and I've got the book next to me and I'm very uncomfortable with this deck. So I'm just going to let Spirit guide me. Spirit always gets the messages out, the message they want to bring to you. But I love this deck. So these are astrology cards. And different times, different periods bring different things. I've just started studying about birth charts and the different houses and what they mean. And it's a lot to explore and a lot to learn. And I'm learning slowly, but I'm embracing the change. So I like this deck and I felt pulled to put these crystals on here. So this is labradorite. And labradorite actually helps open your third eye, raise your intuition, bring in psychic abilities. And I put it on here because I kind of liked it because it fit right perfect on with that deck with the little like almost like a crown around your head. And then these crystals here, I actually collected off a mountain that we named Crystal Mountain. Well, my actual guide, I was out in the outback in the Arctic Circle in Alaska this summer in August. And we were paddling down the Hula Hula River in the middle of bumfuck nowhere with grizzly bears and caribou, and fox. And we were literally out in the wilderness. A plane dropped us off on the tundra and the plane flew away. And I was like, oh my God, if we get attacked or something happens out here, it could take and they literally said it could take days before a plane could get back in to pick anybody up. So we had to be careful. But we would paddle, camp, and hike where we were camping, and then we'd paddle down the river and explore the next area some more and set up camp. But so this one place, I think it was like on day 3 or 4, we camped at a mountain that our guide had been up before, and he had found crystals on, so he named it Crystal Mountain. And these crystals, this little one actually, to me, looks like a Lemurian crystal. It's a type of quartz, so look up Lemurian quartz crystal. Lemurian holds all the Akashic records of your life. And if you've never heard me before say, I believe that we live many lifetimes. I believe in reincarnation. I believe that Earth is a playground where our souls come to live a human experience, to elevate our soul, because we learn through experience and it helps elevate us. And people like Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha are ascended masters who have mastered the art of living a life of love, with every decision you make coming from a place of love, right? You can never go wrong with that. So I like these crystals, and it's really cool. Don't lose me here with all my babble. One of the young ladies that was with us that was a photographer, I'll take these off because we're going to shuffle. She was a photographer, and she had a Polaroid camera and then a digital camera. And we had found, she was having trouble finding crystals. It was like, they were calling to me and I could find them. We're on the top of this mountain. It was freezing cold and raining. And I just felt pulled to different areas, and boom, there's a crystal. Boom, there's another one. She's like, I haven't found one. So I gave her a couple. And then after I told her how to sense them, instead of looking for her eyes, sense them and where you could find them, and just let her intuition guide her. She found a bunch of them. She found some really nice ones. But story is, she took a picture with her Polaroid camera, and the picture was just a glow. It was just a glow, a white glow, and you couldn't see anything. And she had this pile of crystals, and she's like, that's weird. Maybe it was the lighting. So she adjusted, and she was in her tent at night taking pictures of the crystals she found. She had a cute little scrapbook she was saving Polaroid pictures in. So she took another one, same thing. It was just a glow. And she's like, well, what the heck? I think she did that 2 or 3 times. And then she decided, well, she would take pictures with her digital camera and focus, and she was focused, and she could see that she was focused and the lighting was good. And she took a picture, not with a flash. It wasn't the flash that was glowing off of the thing. There was no flash because she thought of that. And again, it was just a glow. Oh no, I'm sorry. She had a film camera. It was the other lady that when she showed us the Polaroid, she took a picture with the digital, and the same thing happened. Because we were like, well, maybe it was the flash. She's like, no, I did one without the flash. It was the same thing. So anyway, these have great energy. And I feel like these hold the energy of Akashic records, of lifetimes, of lessons learned. And they just, their energy just buzzes so high. I just love it. Okay, so we're talking about new beginnings, 2 hearts meet, whole new beginning for you. It's a love that Raphael brought to you that you've been praying for, crying for at night. You felt so alone. All you wanted is a family. Why can't I meet the right person? Maybe you did and you lost them to some tragedy. I feel like somebody out there had some tragic loss, but we have more than one soulmate, right? And every relationship is different, but you've got one coming in, and what they're saying is to embrace this change. It's not the person that you loved before. It's going to be a very different love, but it's going to resonate at a very high level because you've both been through some tragedy or some shit or some loss or some heartbreak that has raised you to a place of understanding how to really love, how to open your heart and really love. So new beginnings are coming for you. Spirit wants you to open your heart because this is going to be a relationship like none you've ever had before. And I can feel like the butterflies in my heart. So let's go with these cards. What does Spirit want to say? And actually, we're going to do a soul growth spread because I feel like you've both gone through soul growth, and this is what's brought you together. You know, maybe it's been a long time since you've been in a relationship, and you're like, you've been praying for your person, working towards your person, doing all the things for your person to come in. You've been looking at love readings online that have said, oh, your person's right there. Here they come. But the timing had to be right where you were both at the right soul growth to vibrate at the same level for you to find each other. That's what's taken so long. You both had work to do. So we're going to do a soul growth spread. The first card is what you were learning in this soul growth. Okay. So this person's coming in. You've been doing the growth work. So let's see, what are you learning? What are you learning? Can we please have a card For pile 3, what are these two souls learning right now? What are you learning? Think, learn, network, and communication. You're learning to communicate. Intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. So you're learning to purge old energy and to let new energy in. All right, so let's start with this one. Mercury, think, learn, network, and communicate. Mercury, and especially Mercury retrograde, brings in a lot of changes. It's like the Tower card. It shakes your world up. And it's not necessarily bad things. Some people get scared. They're like, oh my God, Mercury retrograde, all the shit's going to happen. But it's like the Tower card. For me, Mercury coming in and Mercury retrograde is like the Tower card that shakes your world up, that forces you out of your comfort zone into change for new things to come in. You need to start thinking, learning, networking with people, and communicating. So this is Mercury, and I don't know where we are. Look it up if we're in Mercury retrograde right now. And I feel like full moon. And so this harvest moon coming in October is the same kind of energy. I'm feeling the same kind of turbulent energy that you feel with Mercury retrograde. So maybe this is right now. So right now you're learning to think outside of your comfort zone. You're learning to communicate better. Maybe you weren't good at communicating in past relationships, but you're learning to network, and you're learning the importance of relationships. So while you've been by yourself, working on yourself, you've learned how important it is to form relationships, not just, a romantic relationship, but how important it is to have a network of people to support you and to know that you're not alone. Because a lot of times people feel like they have to be in a relationship to not be alone. And that's not true. Sometimes you need to be alone to be able to work on yourself, to form the relationships that support you on your path, support you on your growth, and to understand that I can be happy alone because I'm not truly alone. I have this whole network of people. So that's what you've been learning while you've been alone. And you're like, why isn't somebody coming in for me? Why can't I meet somebody? You're seeing other people dating, meeting people, and you haven't even had anybody remotely interesting come across your radar, right? Like there's people that are interested in you, but you're like, nah. And they're interested in you because you're vibrating at a higher level. You've been working on yourself. And so while they're interested in you, it's not somebody that you're interested in. You're like, why hasn't anybody come across my radar that's good for me? It's because you needed the time to work on yourself. And during this time, you've formed relationships with coworkers that you're becoming friends. You've been meeting people outside. You've been getting outside, like doing things and meeting people while you're doing those things. Like I go to the stable to work with my horse. I go to the park and walk my dogs, and meeting people, forming relationships in different ways that I wouldn't do if I was like a couple just hanging out comfortable because I had my company and I didn't need anybody else. This is reminding you that you need that network of people. Don't lose yourself in a relationship. Because maybe you were in this relationship and you were so close or whatever, and you did everything together that you lost your network of friends, right? You lost your support, your soul tribe, because you got so caught up in a relationship that you thought you didn't need anybody else. But what you did was kind of seclude yourself from everybody else. And so what you've learned in being alone is that while you're not in a relationship, that doesn't mean you're alone. And you've learned how important it is to form other relationships besides romantic relationships. This is really what you need to work on. And to learn that you're happy and you can fulfill yourself. I always say that you can't bring an empty cup to the table of love. If you want to love somebody, you have to bring a full cup of love, and they have to have a full cup of love, and you exchange those full cups. It's like when you get married and you entwine your arms for the champagne toast and you both drink out of a cup while your arms are entwined. You exchange full cups, basically, is what it is. So you've been learning how to fill your cup of love and to love yourself unconditionally for everything that you are, and to be happy with that. Like you've gotten to a point, or you're getting to a point where you think, I'm so happy. I don't even know if I want a relationship now, because I don't need the drama and the bullshit that a relationship brings. And I'm so happy. Having a relationship could destroy my happiness. Like, that's how you have to feel. But then this person comes in, this person that you were meant to meet, and they've kind of gone through the same sort of thing. But when you meet and the sparks fly, it's like unbelievable emotional fulfillment. Like, you're so happy right now after being alone for so long with your routine and your network of friends and your soul tribe. But then you meet this person and you realize it even gets better. And you didn't even imagine that it could get better than this. Things are going to get so much better. And you know, while you maybe just even recently, maybe last week said, I'll never get married again. I don't need to be in a relationship. I'm happy the way I am. Like, life doesn't get better than this. I'm doing everything I love. I don't have to answer to anybody, blah, blah, blah. And then that person shows up and you're like, oh shit, oh damn. I really like this person. This person makes me really happy. I didn't think I could feel this happy. I thought I was fulfilled the way I was. So that's what's happening right now. This is like the Tower card. It's a shake up. Spirit is shaking up your world with this full moon, harvest moon coming in here in October. And maybe Mercury retrograde. I haven't looked to see. I need to start paying attention if I want to learn about astrology. But butterflies represent springtime, which is new beginnings. So this is what you've had to learn to get to your new beginning. This is what's getting you to your new beginning. Scorpio, I love Scorpio energy. And again, there's a butterfly there representing new beginnings. Scorpios are very intense. You know, what you see is what you get with a Scorpio. Same with Capricorn, kind of, same kind of energy. If you want the truth and you don't want it sugar-coated, ask a Scorpio. They're pretty intense. They'll expose everything you don't want to be told, but you know to be true. So this is about intensity, exposing, purging, renewing. And again, we have, well, that's not a moon. At first I thought it was a moon because this looked like the sun and this looked like the moon to me. So after the full moon, the sun is rising, and that's where your new start is coming in. You're purging and renewing. You're getting rid of toxic energy that no longer serves you, making space for something good to come in. You're revealing parts of yourself that you didn't want to face. It's like the shadow work. You've been doing the shadow work. We all have sides to ourselves that we're embarrassed about, things we've done or said that we just would like to forget about. But these are not mistakes, but lessons learned. So expose those parts of yourself that you're not comfortable with, and get comfortable, because none of us is perfect. And just admit that, yeah, I'm not perfect. I did that. While it was a huge mistake and I'm embarrassed about what I did, this is what I learned from it. This is how I grew from it. All right. And then purge that energy, get rid of that energy where the embarrassment, just acknowledge it. Like, yeah, I did that stupid shit. That was me. I did it. I'm so embarrassed. Never do that again, because this is what I learned, and let it go. Let it go. There's never mistakes in life, only lessons learned. We have to make mistakes to learn lessons. If we never made a damn mistake, we never learn anything, right? Even the most successful people make mistakes. Oh boy, these cards are just, holy mackerel, Andy. What the hell, yo? Got some messages coming out, all these cards. They want all the cards. Where are we going first? I don't even know where to start. So them's over there. Oh, conjunction. I feel like that needs to be in the middle. What was the first one that come out? Hurt and heal. Hurt and heal. All right. So while facing your shadow sides, facing your shadow self, it hurts, but you're doing the healing. So the change that you had to do, obviously, again, is you needed to learn things about yourself. You needed to network. You needed to form other relationships. It was pretty intense. You're purging, you're renewing, and now it's a time for healing. This is coming in the middle. So self-confidence. Leos are very confident. Leo, the lion, the strength. From all of this in the first row that you've been through, from all of this, you've developed strength, you've developed confidence, you've become a loyal friend, a loyal co-worker, you're really creative in your energy. So self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. This is what you've become. Look at that light. You're lighting up, you're flying, your heart is healed. You went through some heartbreak in the past, but this is what's brought you to all the lessons that you've learned, and it's building your self-confidence. Huge, huge thing, self-confidence. Yeah, over there. Because this actually is the same thing. House 1 is about individuality, self-image, and approach to life. How you approach life and love. And look, this dove, the love dove, is just hatching. It's just hatching. You're realizing the love that is out there, and your love for yourself, loving yourself for everything that you are. It's changed your whole approach to life, right? Learning to love yourself for all of your shadow side, all of you that you're embarrassed about. You've learned to embrace your shadow side. And this has made you a stronger individual. This has made you a very, what do you want to call it? Like an eligible bachelor type, because you radiate confidence. You're radiating that confidence because you love yourself so much, right? So you've healed your heart, you've done the work, you've become a stronger person, and it's like you're hatching into this new beautiful love dove, somebody that's going to be like that eligible bachelor that you're going to walk by or eligible bachelorette. When you walk by, people are going to look at you and go, ooh, who's that? Right? You're going to be very attractive. You're making yourself very attractive by raising your vibration and doing the shadow work. Like your strength, you're just exuding from your pores. And love for yourself is not selfish. People confuse selfishness with self-love. By having that self-love and building your confidence and standing tall and walking, loving yourself, it just makes you a very attractive person to everybody that walks by you. Let's see, conjunction, a union, merging, and coming together. So this is what's leading you to this meeting. That's this fated meeting here. A union, merging, coming together, conjunction. Let me read about conjunction in here, because I'm not getting much else from that card, except that this is where everything has led you to. Oh, wait, it's so funny. I'm looking for conjunction, and I opened the book right to House 1. They want me to read something. This space holds the energy of the dawn. If looked at from the perspective of a lifespan, it's the soul who chooses to be born, the spirit who journeys from collective watery deaths and is embodied on the physical plane. It can be seen as the literal beginning of a life, more figuratively, as how and where you embark on the solo quest of taking a new shape. Mars ruled this as a space of action and instigation. It's the natural home of independent Aries, where you emerge as an individual. So it's just a new you emerging. We talked about that. Okay, we got that. We got that. Conjunction. Where's conjunction? Hang on a second. Move the camera. I haven't even figured out the order of this book. Where is conjunction? We got... It's not even alphabetical order. I'm not sure how this book is. Conjunction. There we go. When two planets sit 0 degrees away from one another, they are deemed conjunct. This means symbolically they merge together and their energies are experienced as one. Just like we said in this card, two become one. Look at that. And what I said, you have to be vibrating at the same energetic level for your hearts to converge. You're conjoining, like conjoined twins. Your two hearts become one. It's like your one soul, two halves of one soul come together. This is a twin flame connection, guys. Oh my gosh, this is a twin flame connection. You had a soulmate in the past that you lost and you thought that was the one, and you're coming together with this one and it's better than ever. I've got goosebumps everywhere. Oh my goodness. For ease of understanding, imagine two colors, blue and red, side by side, seeping into one another. What you see is purple. While the blue and red still exist, they are indistinguishable from their new combined form. This is amazing. The planets involved in this aspect are supportive partners, complementary in their combined expression. They are teammates, not rivals. Yeah, this is viewed as a positive boost, a little superpower. Like it's almost like you're going to be that power couple. This is about being a power couple. So this was about what you were learning, right? And because we're doing the soul growth spread, and this is how you were learning it, and then where the wisdom will take you. So this is where it's taking you. So you're going to find balance in your life. Well, they want Mars first. Moving forward and defend self. while you defend your individuality and you don't want to lose yourself in a relationship, you're going to find it very easy to move forward and join with this person. Two hearts is one, because this is a twin flame connection. You're not going to lose yourself in this connection. A twin flame connection actually, it makes you feel comfortable, like where in other, like when you're dating, you feel like you always have to be together or something. Like in twin flame connection, like you want to be together, but you recognize that you also need time apart, time to be your individual self. You don't lose yourself within this connection. You actually, when you join forces, you become this superpower where you lift each other up, and you can still have your individual paths that you take, but you're helping each other on those paths. So you don't lose your individuality in this connection. So this is where you're going with this connection. You know, what you've learned is to love yourself, and where you're going, you've learned your strengths and your weaknesses, and you're embracing it. And where you're going is into this superpower, super couple union, this twin flame connection, where you're able to move forward as individuals together. You just kind of merge and blend so nicely. And look at how these colors blend on this card. Like, it kind of goes from one color to another to another. You just blend so nice, but you don't lose yourself within this connection. All right, there's a balance in this connection. Libra is about balance, consideration, fairness, harmony. You guys are going to live, it's like, this is going to be so easy, this relationship. Yes, there's always work in a relationship, but it's like maybe in past relationships there were arguments. It was hard. It seemed like you had to put way too much work into it than what you got out of it. In this relationship, it's easy. You learn to communicate with this person. There's a connection at a soul level, where it's like it's your other half, your better half, and you balance each other out. Okay, wow, this is a beautiful reading. I really like this for you guys. This is beautiful. I don't feel like there's anything else that they want to say, except that you've waited a long time for this connection. This is a twin flame connection. You needed to go through a lot of heartbreak and sorrow to become the person that you are, to elevate at the vibrating level that you're at. And your twin flame had to be vibrating at the same level before you could find each other. That's what's taken so long. It's like, you've been like, why is it taking so long? So either this is happening now or it's about to happen, but you've got this amazing soul coming in that you're meant to be with. It's your other half. I won't say your better half, because the two of you combined create that superpower. You're both the better half, and together you're this super attractive couple that's unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. That song's coming out. I'm unstoppable. Is that Sia that sings that? I can't remember. Anyway, listen to that song. You're unstoppable. You balance each other out. You bring out the best in each other. You lift each other up. You elevate. You connect, heart to heart, soul level. Like when you're together, you're like, you didn't know that love could be this beautiful. You've never felt a love like this before. And that's a twin flame. Unless you've been in a twin flame connection, you won't know that feeling. You'll be like, what are they talking about? And you know how you always say, how do you know if it's the one? And people that are in that twin flame connection or that soul connection, that is a love like no other before, believe me, you know. I've got that connection right now with my twin flame, and we finally worked our shit out, separated for 3 years and finally back together. We've done the work on our individual selves, and now it's like unbelievable connection like you've never ever known. And until you have that, there's nobody that can explain it to you, but that's what you've got coming in. This is absolutely beautiful for you. I feel like they want me to take one card from here. What are these cards? I don't even know what these cards are, but let me see. They want me to take just one card. Somebody's got a question, comment, concern. I feel like they just got one card here for you. Is this the dream? I think this is my dream oracle deck. Sorry, but I can't remember. All right. Snake, rebirth, release, integration. The snake, that's also the Scorpio. Where'd my Scorpio go? So on the Scorpio card, same thing. There's a snake there wrapped around that flower. This is about your rebirth, release, integration. Yeah, this is a rebirth for you both. It's like a whole new, it's the rebirth, the new beginning. That card up top there, it's your new beginning. Angels, support, guidance. Oh my God, you can't make You can't make this shit up. Look at this. Hello. Oh my God, I've got goosebumps. And look at your guardian angels are smiling like the freaking Cheshire cat, man. It's like the freaking Cheshire, like they knew this was going to happen all along. They have been guiding you towards this. They're like, come, my darling. Oh, look, I got a wound on my hand. Sorry, that looks really ugly. But they're like, come, my darling. This is what we've been working towards. We've been supporting you all along while you felt you were alone. This is actually what your path has been bringing you to all along. This whole path, all the shit, all the sorrow, all the heartbreak has bringing you to this end. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. I love this. I love Angel Spirit Guide. Thank you so much. I am so grateful to you for these messages. For my collective, I hope whoever needs to hear this message comes across this, because this is an amazing message. This is like the happily ever after, the waves of time, of love, of everything that your heart has ever desired is coming to you now. And your angels have been leading you here all along. Know that you've never been alone. You never will be alone. They support you. They guide you on your path, and you are on the right path. This is a fated meeting, a beginning, a new beginning that you've been hoping, dreaming, and crying for and praying to the angels for every night. It's where two hearts collide in a space with the waves. Maybe it's going to happen at the beach. Maybe you're going to meet somebody at the beach. I'm going to end on this note because this is incredible. What are the chances that this card came out with this, right? What are the chances? This is happening. Follow your intuition. Don't be afraid to change. When you meet somebody and you get those butterflies, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Go for it. Go for it, because this is where you were meant to go. Love you so much. Love and light, people. Love you. Bye.